Hello Mushkins, and in this video I'm going to be showing you exactly how we make our handmade ice cream scoop charms. And what I love about these charms is that they look so realistic, and we launched a whole ice cream themed restock last weekend, and part of the restock is that all the slimes come with these beautiful handmade charms, and everyone went crazy about these charms. So that is why I'm doing a tutorial for you today. And as you can see here, all of these charms look so realistic, and I love the swirls and all the intricate little designs, and all of them are so incredibly unique. So I'm really excited to show you how we make these charms. And to make this video a little bit more interesting, I asked for your dream ice cream scoop flavors on Instagram, and a lot of you submitted the most beautiful, interesting designs, and I decided to try and recreate a few of those scoop charms in this video, as well as remake them into slimes as well. So this first slime is a carrot cake inspired ice cream slime design. I absolutely loved the colors in this slime, and I was just really excited to try and recreate it. I swirled some brown icing slime with some white icing slime, and I swirled some orange jelly slime throughout to get that carrot cake feel to the slime, and I absolutely love this slime design. Next, we have a rainbow sherbet slime design, and I was really excited to try and recreate this slime. And I've never actually had rainbow sherbet ice cream before, but I love the colors together, the orange, green, and pink. It just looks so beautiful and yummy. So I was really excited to try and recreate this into a scoop charm as well as a slime. And I think I did a really good job with getting the colors perfectly right. So if you want to know how I made these scoop charms, just wait until the middle or end of this video and I'll show you exactly how I did it. Next, we have this delicious looking lemon meringue swirled inspired ice cream, and I absolutely loved making these scoop charms. I swirled some vanilla colored resin with some neon yellow resin to try and get that swirled syrupy effect, and I think it turned out so well. Next, we have this beautiful pink and purple ice cream slime design that was submitted by Lisa Kriegler, and this slime is actually inspired by our logo, so I was really excited to try and recreate this beautiful design. I sprinkled it with some beautiful pigment on top as well as shimmer glitter, and I think the scoop charms that accompany the slime turned out so well as well. Next, we have a yummy, delicious donut-inspired slime design that I was really excited to try and recreate because some of my favorite ice cream flavors are ones that have brownie chunks in them or cake chunks. It's so delicious. So I'm really happy with how this slime turned out. I think it looks so yummy. Next, we have a Turkish delight inspired slime design that was submitted. I swirled some light pink and dark pink icing slime together with some neon pink jelly slime throughout to give it that swirled effect. And then I topped it with some shimmer glitters. And then I think the ice cream charms for this one just turned out so beautifully. And then lastly, we have a Christmas themed ice cream design that was submitted by Mila May 10 on Instagram. And I was so excited to try and recreate it because Christmas is around the corner and I love the Christmas season. To make this slime, I swirled together some white, green and red icing slime and I topped it with these beautiful snowflake glitters and sprinkles. And then I also think the ice cream charms for this one turned out so cute, and it just reminded me of Christmas, obviously. So now that you've seen all the slimes and the scoop charms that I recreated, it's time to show you exactly how I make these scoop charms. So it's always important to have a clean, open workspace when working with resin or clay or silicone. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is how to make your own ice cream charms out of Fimo polymer clay, and this you can do if you do not have any ready-made scoop charms to make a mold out of. So because to make your own resin charms you'll need a mold to work from. So I got my baking tin ready to bake the clay, and then I also got some tape and things ready so that I can make the molds. So you can either, like I said, use ready-made scoop charms or you can make your own, and we are actually selling these charms on our website right now, so you can go to the link in the description of this video to see what we have available on our website. We will be selling these charms in packs of 3, so you can buy them to use, make earrings out of, or you can make a mold out of them and make your very own resin charms. If you don't want to buy the ready-made charms, you can easily try and make your own charms out of Fimo clay, and I watched 2 really useful tutorials to try and do this. I took some off cut pieces of clay, I smoothed them out into little balls, and then I took a piece of foil, crumpled it up, and then I pressed it into the clay to try and get that ice cream scoop effect. And then I also took my nails and I tried to peel the clay apart a little bit. I don't exactly know how to explain it very well, but definitely go and watch the YouTube video if you are interested in making these. But as you can see, as I'm pulling it apart, you kind of get that rough ice cream texture effect. And then once you are happy with your little scoop charms that you made out of clay, you can just bake them in the oven as per the instructions on the clay packet. And once you have your charms ready, it's time to make the mold. And I just use silicone to make my molds. And if you are looking where to buy all of the ingredients and things that I'm showing off in this video, please refer to the description of this video and I will have it neatly typed out with links to the different shops that you can buy from, etc. So I just mix my silicone, and then it's time to actually make the mold for the silicone to set in, if that makes sense. And I just use a little cookie cutter and some tape, and I lay it out nicely. And then the reason for using tape is for the little charms to stick at, so that they don't float up while the silicone is setting. So I space them out all nicely, and then I pour in my silicone. But first you've got to make sure that the silicone won't leak out, and I do that by just using a glue gun and patching up all the little edges around the cookie cutter. And then I pour in my silicone, and always make sure that you pour it very slowly and in one spot so that it can spread out evenly and you don't get left with all of these annoying little bubbles. The silicone takes about 3 to 4 hours to set, so while that was setting, I decided to film the rest of this tutorial, which is the actual resin part of the tutorial. So always make sure you have a nice clean surface to work on, and always make sure that you always work with gloves and a mask, just because the fumes are not that great for you. And I like using these little plastic cups to mix my resin in, and this you can get at most plastic stores. And then I also like using some ice cream sticks, and especially when making the intricate swirled ice cream scoop charms, make sure that you have a lot of plastic containers and a lot of ice cream sticks to mix your resin with. And then obviously you will need your little molds that you made out of the silicone to mix your resin charms. And then kitchen towel is also really useful for when working with resin, just because you want to wipe out all the spilt resin and things. So it's just useful to have that lying around. And then as you can see here, I'm prepping my station, and it's always useful just to have all of the paints and pigments and things that you will be using within a reachable distance. Otherwise you've got to walk around and find everything with sticky fingers from the resin. And then as you can see here, I'm mixing all of my colors, and this is really useful for when working with resin, because you don't want to be adding too much unnecessary paint to the actual resin, because it makes it really sticky. So I mixed all of my colors together in my little plastic containers, and what I love about these containers is that they come with little lids, so you can close the paint and then use it for when you want to make more charms with the same colors. So once you have your resin solution mixed, it's time to put it into different containers and mix the different colors. And don't worry about how to mix resin. The packs usually come with very clear-cut instructions on how to mix it. So I won't be going into depth about that, but just follow the instructions on the packs. So the first charm that I will be making is the rainbow sherbet inspired scoop charm. So I got my 3 little cups ready, and then I added green paint to the one cup, pink paint to the other, and orange paint to the last one. And then you will need a 4th cup to mix the 3 different colors together. And I like using these shallow, wider cups to mix them. So I pour the 3 different colors into the cup, and then I swirl it slightly. You don't want to mix it too much, because then you won't get that beautiful swirled effect in the charm once it comes out. So I swirled it a little bit too much, as you can see here, because the pink is almost non-existent, but it's still little patches. But that's why this takes practice. So I pour it straight into the mold, and then as you can see here, I did it a little bit better the next time. Next, I decided to remake the scoop charms inspired by this beautiful slime design that was submitted by Cute Slimes Co. on Instagram, and it's a nut praline inspired slime design. So I decided to mix some vanilla colored resin with gold resin, and it turned out so beautifully. Next, I made the charms for the Turkish Delight inspired slime design. I mixed some light pink and dark pink resin together, and it turned out so beautifully. And then up next, it's another slime that I didn't end up making, but I loved the concept of it. I mixed some brown resin with some neon pink clear resin, and it turned out so beautifully. It's chocolate and raspberry inspired swirled ice cream by Oh My Slime AU on Instagram. And then here I decided to film a little time lapse of creating the other scoop charms, and I think they all turned out so beautifully, and I love watching these time lapses of resin making. I find it so satisfying. And if you would like to see more videos like this, I post resin time lapses on my story on Instagram often. And as you can see, resin making, especially when making these intricate swirled scoop charms, it takes a lot of resin cups and things to make them. So instead of going and buying new plastic cups the whole time, I like using some acetone or some disinfectant or any other alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and I use that to clean all of my resin cups nicely so that you can just keep reusing them the whole time. It uses less plastic, and it also uses less money because it costs quite a bit of money to go and buy the plastic cups the whole time. So just make sure you clean them nicely before using them again. And then once your silicone has set, you can take it out of the mold contraption that we made, and it turned out so nicely. I'm really happy with how this mold turned out. You can just clean it up quickly and then take out all the charms, and then you can add some resin to it to make more charms. We currently have this really beautiful Neapolitan ice cream inspired slime available on our website, and it comes with the most realistic looking scoop charm. So I decided to show you a little time-lapse video of how I make the Neapolitan inspired ice cream scoop charms. I just mix brown, pink and vanilla colored resin together exactly how I did for the rainbow sherbet scoop charm. And to end off this video, I just wanted to show you how I take out all of the little charms that I made in this video, and I find this process so incredibly satisfying, and it's just so nice to see exactly how the charms come out, because as you can see, you don't exactly know how they will turn out from looking at the underside of the charm. So once you take them out, you can see all the beautiful swirls that it made, and it's just such a satisfying process. And as you can see here, the charms that I made from the handmade polymer clay charms actually turned out very, very nicely. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think next time I will just try and make the clay look a little bit more realistic before making a mold out of it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed seeing exactly how we make our scoop charms. I hope it was easy to understand. If you are interested in buying our charms or any of our slimes, make sure to click the link in the description of this video and it will take you directly to our website. We do ship internationally and you can use code YouTube for 10% off your entire purchase.